Hi golfers, David Reckless from Reckless Golf. Today I'd like to discuss the Sandwedge with you and how it basically works. Now on my Sandwedge it has on the back of it 56.14 and also on the sole it has 56. So this is a 56 degree Sandwedge. The 14 represents the bounce, and the bounce is that the back edge of the club or the trailing edge of the club is much higher than the front edge of the club. Now this cuts through the sand. Now I also carry a pitching wedge which has 46 degrees and also now a gap wedge which is in between my pitching and my sand. It has 51 degrees. Now my 51 degree wedge only has 6 degrees of bounce. So I use that for poor lies or doing a lot of chipping. But when I'm in a bunker or if I have a very good line, I want to hit the ball up over a bunker, I'll use my 56 with the 14 degrees of bounce. Now if you sit the golf club on the ground, you'll notice that the leading edge of the club face with my 56 that has 14 degrees of bounce doesn't sit flush on the ground. Now this scares a lot of people because they think they're going to top the ball or they're going to chunk it into the ground, whereas my 51 sits pretty flush on the ground. Now you can use this bounce effectively. So if you're playing a golf course that has lots of sand in the bunker, you'd have a Sandwedge with a lot more bounce. Or if you played on a golf course that has very little sand in the bunker, you'd use a lot less bounce. Okay? So the bounce can be used very, very effectively. Now we can also change the bounce by changing the angle of the club face. So if I open the club face with my 56, you'll notice the leading edge gets further away from the ground. So that's creating more bounce. And if I close the face, it actually takes the bounce off it. So when I'm playing in a bunker that has very little sand, I'll close the face a little bit just to take the bounce off. Because if you try and play a bunker shot out of a bunker that has very little sand with an open face, you'll tend to hit the ground way behind and the club will bounce up and hit the ball halfway up. Well, that's no good to us. But in a bunker that has a lot of sand, opening the club face is a bonus. So just remember, when you get your Sandwedge, have a look at it and find out how much loft it has against how much bounce it has. And if you need any help, let me know and go to my website www.recklessgolf.com.au, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the bunkers, guys.